It's decided. Liverpool to break British transfer record. Rashford's transfer to Newcastle. Messi opens up about his relationship with Ronaldo. All of this and more in today's episode. Marcus Rashford's future remains one of the main intrigues of this transfer window. After a conflict with Ruben Amorim at Manchester United, the English forward is seeking a new challenge and had hoped for a move to Barcelona. However, the Catalans have already agreed to personal terms with Nico Williams with a salary of around €7 to €8 million per year, and Barcelona is preparing to activate his €58 million release clause, which effectively closes the door for Rashford. Newcastle has emerged as a potential destination ready to offer a one-season loan and participation in the Champions League. The Magpies believe that Rashford can add experience and squad depth ahead of their European campaign. The player himself is open to the move, while Manchester United in turn wants to sell Rashford on a permanent basis rather than sending him on loan, as was the case with Jadon Sancho. The club has already agreed to let the player leave this summer, but aims to avoid another short-term solution. Interestingly, Rashford, like Hachiko, still hopes for Barcelona and is even willing to take a pay cut. However, given Williams' transfer and interest in Luis Diaz, there are almost no chances left for him. Thomas Partey is close to leaving Arsenal and the club is already preparing his replacement. Martín Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Negotiations between the Gunners and Partey regarding a new contract have reached an impasse, and Fabrizio Romano reports with no agreement reached yet. The Ghanaian's contract expires on June 30th, and he could become a free agent in the coming days. Against this backdrop, Arsenal has agreed to the transfer of Zubimendi, who will be their first major signing of the summer. The club will pay slightly more than his €60 million release clause, but will have the opportunity to split the payment into several installments. Thanks to excellent relations with Real Sociedad, Zubimendi is a Euro 2024 champion and one of La Liga's best midfielders in terms of progress, passes and successful dribbling percentage. His signing is a clear signal that Arsenal is preparing for a new era in midfield. Partey in turn had his best season in an Arsenal shirt: 52 matches, 4 goals, 3 assists, but the club aims to rejuvenate the squad and maintain flexibility in its wage bill. Potential new clubs for the player include Fenerbahce and Barcelona, and Thomas is currently in Ghana considering his career options. Liverpool is preparing to break the British transfer record for the second time in one summer. This time for Alexander Isak. After the record signing of Florian Wirtz for £116 million, the Reds are planning another high-profile move. An offer exceeding £100 million plus bonuses for Isak Arne, Slot's primary target for the striker position. The Swede had a phenomenal season for Newcastle, scoring 27 goals in 42 matches, and he perfectly fits the Reds' vertical football style. His technique, speed, and finishing make him the dream number 9 for Liverpool. However, Newcastle does not plan to sell unless they receive at least £150 million, and some sources even mention a possible sum close to a world record. Despite this, Liverpool is not ruling out an attempt, and the club is prepared to replicate the deal structure used for Wirtz. A guaranteed sum plus bonuses that could surpass the previous record. Interestingly, Isak himself is open to the move as he wants to play in the Champions League every year, and Newcastle cannot guarantee consistent participation in the tournament. Furthermore, the Magpies are already negotiating the signing of João Pedro, which might indicate preparation for life without Isak. This transfer is a litmus test for Liverpool's new era. Aggressive policy, significant spending, and a focus on young stars. But can they convince Newcastle, and is Isak worth such an investment? Lucas Vázquez is close to moving to Fenerbahce. The 33-year-old Real Madrid versatile player who can operate both on the wing, in attack and in defense, has entered negotiations with Fenerbahce regarding a potential transfer after the Club World Cup. Vázquez's contract with the Madrid club expires this summer and Real is not planning to extend it, so the player will become a free agent. The Turkish giant, now led by Jose Mourinho, sees Lucas as an experienced leader for their new project. Fenerbahce has already taken a step forward by initiating official negotiations and wants to sign the Spaniard as a free agent. Vázquez also has offers from MLS and Saudi Arabia, but Mourinho's ambitious project is what attracts him the most. Tottenham is seriously targeting the transfer of Eberechi, and new head coach Thomas Frank has personally expressed interest in signing the Crystal Palace winger. According to TBR Football, Eze wants to join the Spurs and the club has already agreed to personal terms on a contract with him. Now everything depends on an agreement with Crystal Palace, which has set a release clause of £60 million, potentially rising to £68 million depending on bonuses. Eze had a brilliant season, scoring 14 goals and providing 11 assists, including the winning goal in the FA Cup final against Manchester City. Tottenham sees Eze as a key wing reinforcement, especially given the possible departure of Son Heung-min. Will Eze become the new attacking leader for the Spurs under Frank? We shall see. PSG's head coach Luis Enrique addressed the media at the Club World Cup. The Spaniard stated that PSG will become the dominant force in football. We are the European champions. No one will take that away from us. I think we are great European champions because our path was difficult, but this is just the beginning, the first steps of a team that wants to become dominant. Our goal is very, very ambitious. We have players and a club that want to keep winning, and there are fans who deserve many victories, Enrique said. The coach emphasized that after their European triumph, PSG has become a target for opponents who approach matches with special motivation. However, he sees this not as pressure but as an opportunity. It's very difficult because we already see everyone plays with special motivation. Against us, it's a good challenge. Everyone wants to beat us, everyone speaks well of us, and that's nice. But at the same time we try to get better using this confidence. This is Luis Enrique's statement. Of course it's very self-confident, but right now PSG is truly showing the best football in Europe. Who do you think will be able to compete with the Parisians in the future? Write in the comments. One of the greatest footballers in history and Inter Miami forward Lionel Messi shared his thoughts on Al Nassr's central striker, Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi noted that he and Ronaldo are not friends, although this has not prevented them from treating each other with great respect. I have great respect and admiration for Cristiano for his career, which continues because he still plays at the highest level. The rivalry between us was on the field. Each of us sought to do our best for our teams. Of course, as always, everything remained on the field. Outside the field we are two ordinary people. We are not friends, obviously, because we do not spend time together, but we have always treated each other with great respect, said the 37-year-old Argentine. Lionel and Cristiano have 13 Ballon d'Or, between them 8 and 5 respectively. They have repeatedly crossed paths on the field while playing for Barcelona and Real Madrid respectively. Napoli is considering the transfer of Jack Grealish as an alternative to Alejandro Garnacho, but there is a serious financial the Englishman's salary. According to The Telegraph, Grealish earns around £300,000 per week, and Napoli is not prepared to pay such a sum for the deal to become realistic. Manchester City would have to cover up to 50% of the player's salary or agree to a loan with an option to buy. Antonio Conte highly rates Grealish and believes he can instantly boost the attack, especially after the signing of Kevin De Bruyne. However, the club is also considering Garnacho as a long-term investment as the Argentine is younger and has a lower salary, around £50,000 per week. So the situation looks like this: Grealish offers experience, immediate impact, but a high salary. Garnacho offers potential lower costs but complex negotiations with Manchester United. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Keep watching for more football action and have a wonderful day.